So Qigong is also has roots in shamanic practices, very much connected to nature. So my feeling about the Qigong is people looked at the river and they said, how do I move like a river to learn the wisdom of the river, what the river has to teach us, and to learn the qualities of water, the qualities of flow, the qualities of moving around something or over something, or taking all the time it needs to move obstacles. Or I like to talk about carving the Grand Canyon. That's just an example. Um, there are Qigong forms. The Qigong forms correspond to 5 elements in Chinese medicine: water, wood, fire, earth, and metal. And each of those have different psychospiritual understandings. They're archetypes. And archetypes are the language of the psyche. So we understand this sort of larger than life personality that has all these expressions. And then we're doing a Qigong form that is connected to that archetype. And we're actually moving energy in our bodies in a very slow meditative movement that awakens that kind of energy, that shifts and moves that kind of energy, and also heightens our sensitivity to energy in general, as well as to ourselves. So I'm just going to pause there and let that in for a moment. Um, so one way that I think about Qigong is a physical prayer. So let's say, as we're going to do today, we're opening to an intention. And let's say we begin to have an image or a voice that comes in, or a phrase during the journeying. When we move into the Qigong, we're going to be doing a movement that will correspond with the shape that we're going to take in the journey. And this will be a way to magnify the experience that you've had and to embody it. That word is used a lot. It's become kind of a catchphrase: embody this, embody that. What does embodiment mean? It means we're taking it from an idea and we're actually bringing it into our cells, into a cellular level, into the muscles, into the blood, into the breath, also into the energy body, so that we actually know it in a way that is so much deeper than the mind. And as we move about the world, we're also expressing it. So I think of embodiment as actually coming into alignment with something, with all parts of ourselves: the body, the mind, the soul, the spirit, our energy. And because Qigong is an energy practice involved with movement, it brings all those things together. Okay, good. And just to touch back in on the yin again, so Qigong can work with all kinds of energies. If we are overstimulated or in a hyperactive or fight or flight state, the Qigong can help balance and harmonize and ground you. If you're in kind of a sunk and depressed state, or you don't have a lot of energy, then Qigong can enliven your energy. And so it can be yin and yang. I think of Qigong as a tool for the yin, because it requires us, it asks of us to slow down, to become really sensitive, listen deeply, and to really notice subtlety. So all of those things are qualities of the yin. And there's also a receptivity. What I find when I practice Qigong, and if, for those of you that are new practitioners, Initially, you may just feel like, okay, I'm just going through the motions. I'm going through these motions. But after a while, what starts to happen is the energy starts to move you through the form. And so there's this subtle shift that happens from being the actor, the performer of the form, to being moved by the form itself. So that's a beautiful yin shift that can happen. And just to say that, to put that out there so that you can be open to that possible experience today. You may begin from a real place of the mind and from going through sort of I'm not going to be very technique oriented in what we're doing, but we'll be going through a particular set of movements. And then you may find as we continue the repetitions that that the energy of the form starts to take over and you're actually flowing with the energy, and it begins to move and change how you feel inside, your physical sensations, your state of mind, your sense of presence.